Beautiful. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnana-anjana-salakaya Chakkuru-nimilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Soyam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Sopadantikam Vandeham Śrī Guru Śrī Juta-pada Kamalam Śrī Gurun Vaisnavanam Cha Tirupam Sagrajatam Saganasi Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Śrī Radha Krishna Padam Saganalitam Śrī Visakam Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisya Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusutta Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarivasya Krupa Sindhuveva Cha Patitanam Pavanabhya Vaishnavabhyo Namo 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 Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyata Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So thank you very much for participating in this wonderful classes on a wonderful auspicious day. Very important classes on the very auspicious day. Today is the very auspicious appearance, auspicious, august and adorable appearance day of Lord Chaitanya Mahāprabhu. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, has appeared as Chaitanya Mahāprabhu in 1486 in Mayapur Dham. So this today is very auspicious day for us, because Chaitanya Mahāprabhu is the most munificent, merciful incarnation of the Lord. And we must know what is the identity of Chaitanya Mahāprabhu and what is the purpose of or the cause of his appearance. Otherwise, it's just like a festival of one-day affair, you know. We will not get that intensity, that bhakti to celebrate and welcome GAURA PURNIMA, Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Because most of them, they do not want to learn the philosophy with tattva and with pastimes. Therefore, they have no, they make it as a GAURA PURNIMA as a one-day affair, wearing nice border dhoti and gorgeous silk sari. And this is not the way that we should celebrate. We must know the philosophy behind this appearance, so that we can get the mercy of the Lord. It is said that we should always remember, by remembering only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, duskaram becomes sususvaram. Everything which is very difficult becomes very easy actually. So everybody must remember Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on this very auspicious day. So before we starting, so we will start that start with a beautiful explanation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mercy, that how Lord Krishna, when he is Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he told that I have three purposes of descent. What is the purpose? Paritranaya sadhuna vinasaya cha duskita dharma sanstapana arthaya sambhavani juge juge. So Krishna has this condition, that Krishna has this three business: to protect his devotee, to annihilate or destroy the miscreants, demons, and to establish the dharma. Krishna has these three things. But these three things can be accomplished without even descending. Because as far as protecting his devotee is concerned, holy name is enough to protect. As far as destroying his demons is concerned, the material nature, the Maya is enough. And as far as establishing dharma, his representative is enough, the spiritual master and all, to establish the dharma. But he comes specially to favor or to give a very loving reciprocation to the devotees. But the problem is that Krishna has a condition, that sarva dharman parityajam mamekam saranam braja. Krishna always has a condition that if you surrender unto me, then only I can liberate you. And you can see that in Gajendra, when he was in a very precarious condition, he did a prayer. And also he cried and he offered a flower. Then only the Vishnu or Krishna came to protect him. Dirba Maharaj, he underwent 6 months of strenuous austerity. Then only Vishnu came. Draupadi, when he was in very, very precarious condition, he was about to be disrupted, and he cried, "Hey Govinda, hey Krishna Gopi, hey Dwarika Vasini, hey Krishna Gopi Jana Priya." In this way he prayed very fervently, then Krishna came. But Gauranga Mahaprabhu is different. He has no such condition and considerations. Anybody who comes to him, anybody without any condition, he distributed this love of Godhead, not only liberation. Liberation is a very insignificant product of love of Godhead. And he distributed very indiscriminately. Patra vichara nahi, sthana nahi dekhe, jiha jaha dekhe, taha delo premodana. Lord does not see one is fit, one is not fit. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Whether the place is favorable, that place is not favorable. But he indiscriminately distributed the love of Godhead. Therefore, the Shastra glorified the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Namo Mahabhadanaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Namini Goratissa Namo Nama. So the Vedic scripture glorify the Lord Chaitanya on the account of that he is most munificent incarnation. Ramchandra is Maryada Purushottam. He is very strictly following the rules and regulations. But whosoever surrender into him, he gives fearless. Just like Vibhishan surrendered to him. He says, Sakrideva prapanyasa tavasmiti jayachate abhayam dadami vratam mama. I give the abhay fearless. Krishna as a prema purushattam. Sorry, lila purushattam. He comes and he gives the liberations. Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam saranam braja. So that is Krishna. Lila Purushattam, he comes for his enjoyment, enjoy his pastime. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes as a Prema Purushattam. He distributed the highest object of any human being to attain. That is love of Godhead. Prema Pumartha Mahat. Our main objective, highest attainable things is love of Godhead, not the Krishna. Lord Ramachandra easily gives himself. Lord Krishna gives himself to the devotee. But that is not the enough. To get Krishna is not the highest or zenith point of our attainment. But to get the Krishna prema, love of Krishna, love of Godhead, that is highest. And that is distributed indiscriminately by the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, the Shastra has proclaimed very loudly and categorically that he is the most munificent incarnation ever happened, ever Lord has manifested. Because he gives the prema, love of Godhead. Savai punsam paro dharma jato bhakti radhakyata. The highest love of Godhead. Particularly in this age of Kali, people are very, duplicitous. Very superficiality. Duplicitous, very, very much hypocritic. This age is called hypocrisy, age of hypocrisy. People are something outside, something inside. So Lord has also descended in this particular age, such an abominable age. Lord has a standard. Lord is not supposed to come in this age, because Lord will not come such an abominable age, but He comes as a Kalochanna Avatara, as a covered incarnation. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes as a very covered incarnation, as a devotee of the Lord. So He has concealed His divinity, His divine manifestation, just to attract or to teach us how to surrender. Just to give us, which is very, very difficult. Bhakti is so difficult. But He has distributed in such a simple way, such an easy way. Just by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one can develop the highest love of Godhead. So therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very, very distinct and distinguished incarnation of the Supreme Personality, Absolute Truth. That's why we are celebrating the GAURA PURNIMA. Lord has a standard, Sri Yogi. He will not come in this particular age. This age is abominable, abhorrent. But to transform this abominable age as a worshipable age, very inauspicious age to auspicious age, to this very what we say unfortunate age to fortunate age, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Krishna has manifested as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is doing? He is running. He is running after all the living entity, because living entity also running. There is a race between living entity who is running after Maya. At the same time, Lord is running after us to stop us, to stop this repeated birth and death. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has descended. Therefore, he is very, very munificent incarnation to propagate, to establish the Sankirtana movement, to Yugadharma. Lord has descended. So I will show you some verses, then we can, before we start the entire overview of Charitamrita. So we will go through the beautiful verses of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I can share. So we can see that how Lord is so munificent incarnations. So in this beautiful slide I have prepared, so you can see here that Chaitanya Charitra, before we go to Chaitanya Charitamrita, we should know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's this Chaitanya Charitamrita means this transcendental characteristic and life of Chaitanya, pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this pastime is called the postgraduate study of Vaishnavism. The basic study is Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna says that surrender unto me, where Bhagavatam is the graduate study of Vaishnavism. But Chaitanya Charitamrita is a postgraduate study of Vaishnavism. So the author is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, and we can go through these things. Before we go through the Chaitanya Charitamrita roadmap, we can see that how it is said that Kathanchana Smrite Jame Jasmindu Sukrama Jasminduskrama Sukrama Bhavet Vismita Vipratim Syamsi Chaitamam Namamitam. Things that are very difficult to do become easy to execute if one somehow and other simply remembers Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If one does not remember him, even easy things become very difficult. To this Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu I offer my obeisances. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. By simply remembrance of his name, things become so easy. Therefore it is said that śrūyatāṁ nityaṁ gīyatāṁ mudā cintyatāṁ bhaktāś Chaitanya Charitamrita. O devotee, may the transcendental life and characteristic of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu always be heard, chanted, meditated upon with great happiness. The precious treasure of Goloka, this holy name of the Lord, the love of God, prema pumartha mahan. Krishna also said in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, that if you get this Krishna prema, there is nothing left. It is the highest thing. In Uddhava, is beautiful verses from 11:26-30. Krishna is speaking to Uddhava that Bhaktim labdhava sadhava kim anyad avishyasate mai ananta gune brahmani ananda anuvatmani. So it is said that what more remains to be accomplished for the perfect devotee after achieving devotional service unto me, the Supreme Absolute Truth, whose quality is innumerable, who am the embodiment of all ecstatic experience. So Krishna also said to Uddhava that there is nothing remain bhakti, the love of Godhead to Krishna is the highest. And that love of Godhead is not so easy. It's very difficult actually. It's difficult to get it. But that is easily distributed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, the very beginning, the Shastra says that if you are indeed interested in logic and argument, kindly apply it to the mercy of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu. If you do so, you will find it strikingly wonderful. Sri Krishna Chaitanya dara daya karaha vichara karile chitte pave chamatkar. How the merciful Lord, that people are not interested to even to term and condition. They are sharing, they say that Krishna is very demanding, Lord is very demanding, sarva dharman parityaga. Lord Ram is also very demanding to very strictly, follow the rules and regulations, surrender. If you surrender me, then I will give fearlessness. Krishna also telling, I will give you the deathless liberation, deathless, if you surrender unto me. Mohini Murti also the coming and giving some nectar, Sri Purushottama. But here Krishna, here the Prema Purushottama Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has no such condition and consideration. Therefore, if you consider that how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a greatest merciful of all incarnation, if you find that is so wonderful, therefore the Shastra say that anarpita charim chirat karunaya batinna kalo samarpaitam unnata ujjala rasam svabhakti sriyam hari purata sundara dutikadam vasandipipta sada hudaya kandare sruvatu bhasa chinandana. It's a beautiful verses from Chaitanya Charitamrita. It is from Vidhakta Madhava, from Rupa Goswami. May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachi Devi, be transcendentally situated in the enormous chamber of your heart, resplendent with radiance of molten God. He has appeared in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before, the most sublime and radiant mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. Unnata Ujjala means supermost, the supreme, the superlative. Rasam, the mellow. Svabhakti Sriyam. So he has come to offer which has no other incarnation has ever offered. Usually we know that dharma, artha, kama, moksha. But that the four things is purusartha. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going little beyond that moksha. He is giving the love of Godhead. And this kama, artha, moksha, all the things and all benediction of liberations, everything is an insignificant byproduct of that love of Godhead, what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give. And it is the prediction that sometimes people do not believe that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the incarnation of the Godhead. Actually, Shastra has already proved that. Vedic scripture has already pointed out that no, here is this Trijogi, but in Kalau, the Lord will not incarnate directly, but in a very confidential way. Why confidential way? Because Kali Yuga is full of fraud and fraud is. It's an age of hypocrisy and superficiality. There is a rampant fraud. One may, project as an incarnation. Therefore, everything should be accepted as per the scripture. Scripture says that Lord is Trijogi, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Kali Yuga Lord will manifest as a very indirect way, very confidential way. So it is stated in Narasimha Purana that Satya Daita Kuladhi Nasa Samaye Simba Urdha Martya Kriti. In Satya Yuga, Lord has come as a Singha Urdha, half man, half lion. In Tretya Yuga, Lord came as a Ram, Lord Ramachandra, to defeat the 10-headed Ravana. But in Dwapara Yuga, he is come as a cowherd boy, as a Krishna. But in Kali Yuga, his form will be golden. He will delight in chanting the Lord's holy name. His name will be Chaitanya. Kali Yuga Chaitanya Name Prabhu. Gauranga Priya Kirtana. Gauranga Priya Kirtana Kali Yuga Chaitanya Nama Prabhu. So this Shastra has, many Purana has foretold the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in advance. In advance. Bhagavatam also say beautiful verses. What is that verses? 11:534. That Tisho Krishna, no, 11:534, it is stated that Krishna Vanna Tisho Krishna Sangapangastri Prasadam Pasadam Jagyai Sankirtana Prajajanti Sumedasa. In this age of Kali, intelligent person perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sing the names of Krishna, that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So those who are intelligent person, they know that Lord has come, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Muni said, Nama Mahavadane. When Rupa Goswami first saw the Lord, he understood that. Nama Mahavadane, Krishna Prema Pradate, Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Namini, you are the Krishna. Krishna Chaitanya Namini. You come as a Krishna Chaitanya. So, although his complexion is not blackish, he is Tisho Krishna, means he is not, his complexion is not like Krishna, but he is Krishna. He is accompanied by associate, servant, weapon, confidential weapon. So he is accompanied with all his devotees, Panchatattva, Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara, Sri Vasa, Adi Gaura Bhakta Munda, all the Gaura Bhakta. So in this way, this is the glories, all the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hena prema Sri Chaitanya dila jatha tatha jagai madai paranta anya raka katha. Lord is so merciful that he is freely given the love of Krishna everywhere, anywhere, even to the most fallen such as Jagai Madai. Jagai Madai was very, very drunkard, they what not they are, very, very malevolent personality, malicious personality. What then to speak of those who are already pious and elevated? Hena prema Sri Chaitanya dila jatha tatha. Jagai Madai present, even to Jagai Madai to extend. That is Lord. Papi tapi jatatila. This is the statement, the song by our Narottam Das Thakur, Acharya, that papi tapi jatatila hariname uddhalera. Whosoever the papi, the sinner, all these sinners, the fallen conditioned soul, is delivered by chanting the holy name of the Lord. Kali juge juga dharma namera prachara tatha lagi pita vanna chaitanya avatara. In Kali Yuga, you have come to this propagate, to come with that medicine, that how to deliver these people, so abominable people, so duplicitous people, so fraud people, how to deliver them. They are not interested in all this religiosity. Manda sumanda mataya manda bhagya hipadita. They are so unfortunate. They are so inauspicious. They are so abominable. They are not interested at all in spirituality. So how to deliver them? They are not ready to surrender. They are so obstinate, so adamant. How to deliver them? Therefore, he is come as a Kali Yuge Jugadharma Namera Prachana Tatha Lagi Pitavanna Chaitanya Avatara. The religious practice of the age of Kali is to broadcast the glories of holy name. Only for this purpose has the Lord in a yellow collar descend as a Lord Chaitanya. See, Lord is the purpose of Lord Chaitanya. This is one of the purpose of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we will go and learn about this Chaitanya Charitamrita. So Chaitanya Charitamrita is started with life journey, roadmap to life journey of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this earth in 1486 up to 1534. He wind up his pastime in 1534 to 48 years of the pastime. So in 48 years, that's divided into two parts. First 24 years is household life. This is Adi Lila, 70 chapter covered. Then the next 24 years is Sannyas Lila. It is from Madhya and Anta. Out of this Sannyas Lila, Sannyas life, there is a 24 to 30 years. 6 years he was traveling and preaching everyone and inundating the whole India into the, in chanting the holy name of the Lord, in love of Godhead. Then in 30 to 36 years, he was association of devotee at Puri. He made a headquarter in Puri. And last 12 years, he was totally enclosed in Gambhira Lila, and completely maddened with ecstasy in separation of Krishna. That is the last transcendental madness at Puri, Antya Lila, 12 years. So in this way, total 48 years. In Adi Lila, the first 24 years, Madhya Lila is middle 6 years, and Antya Lila is last 18 years. So in Adi Lila, there is a three part. One is Mangalacharan by author Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. In part B, description of Chaitanya trees, and C is Lord Chaitanya's birth and pastime. So Madhya Lila also pastime after sannyas. Then he went to South India tour. Then he went to, after South India tour, he went to Vrindavan tour. And the last part of the year, until 18 years, Lord Chaitanya was dealing with various devotees and also Lord Chaitanya ecstatic feeling of separation. So this is all overview of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Chaitanya Charitamrita. So in Mangalacharanam is praying, offering prayers. That is very important. The author, Kaviraj Goswami, he was writing this when he was 90 years old. Based on the notes of Murari Gupta, very close associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Navadip, and also Swarup Damodar Goswami, who is the secretary at Puri. So therefore, Kaviraj Goswami able to cover both Adi Lila, Madhya Lila and Antya Lila, all the pastime of household life and sannyas life. So he received the benediction and blessings from the Radha Madan Mohan. A garland fell down, and then he started writing this wonderful magnum opus, the Chaitanya Charitamrita. And Chaitanya Charitamrita, the first starting with this offering of Mangalacharan, operation spiritual master. So this is very important. Everything we start, we invoke the auspiciousness. The author is starting with auspiciousness. Bande Gurum Isa Bhaktan Isa Iswataratan Tat Prakasam Tat Sakitihi Krishna Chaitanya Sanjikam. So he is offering obeisances to spiritual master, devotee of the Lord, Lord's incarnation, Isa Bhaktam, and his plenary portion, and his energy and primeval Lord himself is Krishna Chaitanya. So these are the 6 features of the Lord. So these 6 features in different manifestation, as a guru, as a incarnation, as a plenary expansion, as a energy, and in this way is offering this in the very first verses of Adi Lila. Then in second verses, he was establishing this, he is also praying that Bande Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Soviritau Mudādaya Posupa Bhantu Chitaru Sandhu. He was offering obeisance to Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, just like a sun and moon. They have come to dissipate the darkness of this age. So then third verses is very much what is the objective of this Chaitanya Charitamrita. The objective of the Chaitanya Charitamrita to know the 3 things. First of all, to know the absolute truth and his 3 manifestations. What is the 3 manifestations? The 3 manifestations: the impersonal Brahman, then the super soul, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The 6 oppulences of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So he is establishing that there is no truth greater than and equal to him. That is the objective of book, to establish the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he has all 6 opulences. Also he has different manifestation, different aspect, different attributes that are impersonal attribute, and Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavana iti sabdyate. Then the author is moving to the and 4th verses is very important. This verses is external region of Lord Chaitanya advent. Why Lord Chaitanya has appeared? So in these beautiful verses, he is invoking the benediction also. He is telling, Anarpita charim chirat karuna vartinna kalo. Anarpita charim chirat samarpaitam unnato ujjala rasam sobhakti sriyam hari purata sundara duti kadamba sandipta sada hudaya kandare sruati vasachinandana. So in these verses, he is establishing that, revealing this, what is the external region for Lord Chaitanya advent. What is the external region? He comes to Karuna Avatar Samarpaitam to distribute the love of Godhead. By introducing this Jugadharma Sankirtana movement, he is distributing the highest attainable thing, that is love of Godhead. That is the external things. Prema rasa nirasya kari aswadan raga maga bhakti karilo prachara. So there are two regions. One is external. This external region to propagate the Sankirtana movement and distribute the love of Godhead by propagating and propounding the Sankirtana movement or chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That is his external region. Then one more region is that this internal region has been given. And so internal region is given. Before the internal region given, here it is said that the prime region. What is the prime region of Chaitanya advent? Prime region is Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikratir Haladini Sakti Rasmad Ekatmano api bhuvipura Deha Vedam Gatoto Chaitanya Khyam Prakatam Adhuna Tad Doyam Chaikyamāptam Radha Bhavaduti Subhalitam Naumi Krishna Sarupam. Very important. Here in this verses, two things is revealed. First of all, who is Gauranga Mahaprabhu? Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Radha Krishna nahi anya. He is the combined form of Radha Krishna. To doyam chaikyam aptam. When Krishna wanted to manifest manifest his pastime, the loving effort pastime, he became two, Radha and Krishna. Actually, Krishna is one. He became two because he separated, he is just divided into two. Radharani is the internal pleasure potency of the Lord. So Lord has so many potency. So Lord is one and become two to manifest his loving affairs. When the two become one, it becomes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the tad doyam chaikam, is a combined form of Radha Krishna. He has descended Radha Vapa Duti Subritam to taste the Radha Bhava, emotion of Radha and completion of Radha, two things. He has come with the completion of Radha Rani, is Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi, Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi. He is molten gold, very yellowish color. So he has come in that completion. Also he has come with the emotion of Radharani. Why he has come to emotion of Radharani? Because he do not know that what is there in me, that why this Radharani, Gopis, everything, they are manifesting so much love. Everybody attracted. Krishna means all attracted. But he does not know. Just like sugar does not know what is there in me that people are eating. He has to become people to taste his sweetness. Just like a flower. A flower do not know what is there in me, the sweet thing, that the bees are coming and collecting it. So to taste that, he has to become bee. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has to become Radha completion and Radha bhava, emotion, to taste his sweetness, his own sweetness, which he could not do. That is the internal region of coming. Prema rasa. What is that prema rasa? What is that sweetness? What is that mellow I have that everybody is attracted by me? So that to taste that, he has come in this beautiful form, which is very covered form, combined form of Radha Krishna. So this is the revelation of Lord Chaitanya identity and internal region in these verses. And next verses is another, it is saying that again this internal region has been repeated actually. Actually this verses is a prime region for Lord Advent, and it is also internal region for Lord Advent. It is Sri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidisra Ba Anneva Asudhyayana Udbhuta Madhurim Kidisra Ba Madhya Sukhyam Chasya Mad Anubhataha. Very important verses. He has come for the three internal region, desiring to understand the glories of Radharani's love, the wonderful quality in him that she alone releases through her love, the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of his love. So three regions. The Lord Hari, richly endowed with her emotion, appeared from the womb of Sachi Devi. Sachi Garva Sindhu. In the womb of Sachi Devi, this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared. So that is the region, who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is the internal region and external region. So in this way, Chaitanya Charitamrita, this all the Mangalacharana has been described in the different chapter. The 14 verses of the first chapter has been described in 7th chapter of Adi Lila. So one things is one more chapter very elaborately. So we have no time, we have to just go through it. Then he was describing the glories of Nityananda Mahaprabhu. Nityananda Mahaprabhu is the Who is the Nityananda? Sankarsana, Sesanaga. Vishnu lie on the Karanasana, Garbhosana, Osana Mukh. His plenary portion is Sankarsana. He is also Kanna Dukkhasai Vishnu Ansa. So he is the Sesanaga. So in this way, in the 5 verses, he is describing the identity of, revealing the identity of Nityananda Mahaprabhu, because Lord never comes alone. Krishna is not alone. He comes along with Sangapanga Astra Pasadya. He comes with weapon. His weapon is love of God, chanting the holy name of the God. And his associates are all these Nityananda, Advaita Acharya, so many devotees. Advaita Acharya is Mahavishnu. Advaitam Harina Advaita Acharyam Bhakti Samsanat Bhaktavataram Isamtam Advaita Acharya Masra. So Advaita Mahaprabhu is the Mahavishnu incarnation. So we can see that we should know this personality. They are all coming from the transcendental world, the spiritual world, to assist Mahaprabhu in his pastime to deliver the mankind from the nescience of material existence, from the darkness of this age. So Lord has come along with the associate, Panchatattva, with Panchatattva. Panchatattva Atmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Sarupakam Sarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Saktikam. So Lord has come with this 5 features, that Bhakta Avatara, feature of Bhakta Swarupam, means as a devotee. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come as a devotee. And devotional incarnation, devotional manifestation, pure devotee and devotional. Devotional incarnation is Advaita Acharya. Devotional manifestation is Nityananda Prabhu. Pure devotee is Advaita Gadadhar Pandit. Devotional energy is Srivas Thakur. So these are the 5 features he comes. So after describing the 5, then Sambals, so he is describing all the things in the later chapter of the Adilila. So Adilila is describing this, all the chapter up to 10, 9, 7, 8, 1 to 7, then 8, 9, 10 is describing about this, all these chantings, everything about the chanting, about the Panchatattva, all the things. After he is describing this, then in 10, 11, 12, 13, Chaitanya tree. Chaitanya tree means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is tree, and there are so many branches, Nityananda Mahaprabhu, so many devotees are there. So many, Lord Chaitanya branches that, every part perform every action. I am only gardener, distribute everywhere. So everything, so many branches, Advaita Acharya, so many devotees, Murari Gupta, Advaita Acharya, Nityananda Prabhu, Srivasa Thakur, Gadadhar Pandit, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is. And there, what is the message to all of them? Bharata bhumite hoile manusya janma jara, janma satharka kari kara upakara. Who has taken birth in this holy land of India, Bharat, they should make their life perfect and distribute this love of Godhead to everyone, so that everyone can become perfect. Then the Adi Lila is starting with 13th chapter of the Adi. 13th chapter of the appearance of Lord Chaitanya, birth and activities is mentioned, described in the Adi Lila 13th chapter. From 13th to 17th chapter, entire the activities, the youth pastime, everything is defined in this, up to renunciation, up to sannyas has been defined. So it's a quick summary of pre-sannyas pastime, 13, 14, 15, 17. Why it is quick summary? Because this Adilila, or the childhood pastimes up to sannyas, has been already described in one other book called Chaitanya Bhagavat by Vrindavan Das Thakur. So he does not want to transgress that, because very elaborately has been mentioned in Chaitanya Bhagavat by Vrindavan Thakur. But here only he is giving some synopsis or quick summary of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Adi Lila. That is the etiquette. Vaishnava etiquette means when some senior has written, you should not overlap it, over supersede them. So the summary of Adi Lila is spreading the Sankirtana, because Krishna has come, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come for Sarva Sadgunna Punnam Tam Vande Phalgunna Punimam Jasyam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Vatinna Krishna Nama Vihi. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come with Phalguna Purnima. Purnima day he has come, lunar eclipse. For what? For to propagate this, or spreading the Sankirtana movement. Induce people to Hari Hari Bole Loka Hariste Hana Janamila Chaitanya Mahāprabhu Nama Janamaya. Induce people to chant Hari and made the ladies to chant on the plea of stop crying. And when in childhood he was crying, so he made all the ladies to stop him cry by chanting the holy name. No other way he will be stopping crying. No by chocolate, not by candy, no. Only by chanting the holy name. So in this way he is inducing everybody to chant the holy name of the Lord. So another appearance has been given that there is a Advaita Acharya who is very, very elder, 52 years in advance elder. He is a Chaitanya Mahāprabhu associate, is Mahavishnu incarnation. He appeared very soon. Then he saw that the things are very abominable and he is very much advancing into more abominable way. So in this way he was praying Chaitanya Mahāprabhu to come. Krishna avatari karena bhaktira vistara tabe hata sakala lokera hoiva nastara. Advaita Mahaprabhu worship with Tulasi Ganga Jal and loudly cries that Chaitanya Mahāprabhu, please, please descend. So that all these people will be delivered from this darkness, from the influence of Kali. So in lunar eclipse, the auspicious descent of GAURA Hari has been described in this chapter. And Adilila, the 14th chapter also, Lord Chaitanya passed a little bit of childhood pastime. I am just touching it due to constraint of times. Chaitanya Mahāprabhu, one day he was taking the clay pot, because that time they used to cook in the clay pot and throw it and again make it new and use the new one. So when he was throwing that pot, from that throwing pot he was eating. Then his mother was wondering, he's asking, what did you doing? It's a foolish thing. No, mother, everything is transformation. Just like a sweet is also transformation earth, this also clay pot transformation earth. In this way he was giving some preaching to his mother, Preaching starts from home actually. He was doing that. So in 14th chapter also it is stated that if you remember Chaitanya Mahāprabhu, difficult thing become easy. If you don't remember, easy thing become difficult. Bande Chaitanya Krishnasya Bala Lilam Manoharam Lukilim Apitam Isa Chaitasya Balitantaram. Balalila is so very nice. Simply by remembering, everything become auspicious. Then one more time when he was 5, there are 5 more childhood pastime is there. We will touch it, then go to the youth pastime. One Brahmana came to it as a guest, and he trying to offer, every time he was offering, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very small that time, 5 years old, and he came and eat. In this way again his father, mother, Jagannath Mishra, Sachidevi used to cook. 3 times he did that. And the Lord, then he appeared here and he manifested that I am that Gopal you were worshipping. And another time Lord was taken away by 2 thieves, and Lord bewildered them, and they came and returned the Mahaprabhu to their house. And another thing that Ekadasi time he eat prasadam, Vishnu prasadam, pretending to be sick in the house of Hiranya Jagadish. Actually, he wanted to manifest his form as a Supreme Lord, Vishnu. There are so many other playful pastime is there. And another pastime that when this the damsel or the girls of Nadia, they used to come to offering. Nimai eats all the things and giving them for giving them benediction to getting handsome. So in this way there are so many pastime of the Lord. So then he met with in the chapter Adilila also it is stated that how he met with Lakshmi Devi, his first concert, first wife. So then in Lord went to educations. He went to education. His Adilila, he was also describing the scholastic excellence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very, very in his Poganda Lila. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there was education 5 to 10 years. Then he got married and requests Sachimata to follow the Ekadasi. These are the pastime is there. He was a very good scholar. He is very good in grammar. He even defeated the Pandit from Kashmir, Kesava Kashmir. Then in this time the Vishnu Rupa took the sannyas during this time when Lord was studying. And now in the next chapter, the Madhya Lila, so Adi Lila, there is a youth activities of the Lord is given. In this age, Lord married to, already he married, then he was teaching he is a teacher actually. He was teaching the students, and he defeating all the scholars all around the world. So in this way, the 17th chapter is 17th chapter also very important verses. Tunadipi Sunisena, he was teaching to all the students how you can chant constantly by Tunadipi Sunichana Tororopi Suichana Amanina Manadina Kirtaniya Sadhari. Then in Madhya, we cannot go through all the things, so I will just going through this little bit of in this way. In Madhya Lila, what happened? The pastime of sannyas, after he took the sannyas, so when he was teaching to all the students they criticize, why you are always telling Gopi, Gopi, Krishna, Krishna, what is this? So they criticize. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought that if I remain in this household life, they do not respect me. So if I take sannyasi order, they will at least bow down to me and they will listen to me. So because sannyasi was very highly regarded. Nowadays sannyasi are very fraud, you cannot know that whether it's a real bona fide or not. But that time sannyasi means very highest order. So everybody used to offer respect. So he took the sannyas. When he took the sannyas, then after sannyas he went to Puri. After sannyas, he immediately he went to Puri. But that time he was tricked by Nityananda Mahaprabhu. He wanted to go actually Vrindavan. He was tricked by Nityananda Mahaprabhu, and Nityananda Mahaprabhu took him to the Advaita Acharya house. There he met lot of devotees and his mother also. His mother requests that, okay, you wanted to become renowned, that is fine, but one request of mine you should keep. You should not go to Vrindavan, it is far away from me. You should go and stay in Jagannath Puri so that I can have a news then and there, because it's so near. So in this way he returned to Puri, and that was also described in this pastime sannyas in this Madhya Lila, how he went with four associate Nityananda, Jagadananda, Damodar, and another one in Raghunananda. So the four associates, they accompanied. On the way to Puri, he saw the Khirochara Gopinath, he heard the pastime of Khirochara Gopinath Madhavendra Puri. Then he heard then there is a Dandavanga Lila, where the danda, the sannyasi has got a stick, danda, that was broken by the Nityananda Mahaprabhu. That made Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very upset. Then he went alone, leaving all the four things. And before that also he went to Sakhi Gopal, where he heard about the Gopal who came to witness his devotees, and he was very ecstatic, dancing and chanting. After this Dandavanga Lila broken of his danda, he went alone to Jagannath Puri, and he was running actually. He was running, and when he saw enter into Jagannath temple, he saw the Lord. He found out, here is my Krishna. So he was fainted actually. So but the guard of Mahaprabhu, guard of Jagannath temple, they wanted to beat him. What is this? You cannot come to very near to Krishna, Jagannath. He came rushingly and wanted to embrace Lord Jagannath, thinking that he saw his Krishna is here. Not thinking he saw the Krishna actually. Then in this way he was, but he was taken by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He was a very royal Pandit of Prataparudra. The king Prataparudra was ruling that time. So and there is and these four followers, a devotee of the Lord, Nityananda Prabhu and others, they came. And they came and they met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu there. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by chanting, wake up from this ecstasy. And in this way, during this chapter, so he was delivering Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya originally is a very impersonalist, very expert impersonalist. But Lord has transformed into a true Vaishnava by teaching him. And then Lord immediately after 2 months staying in Mahaprabhu Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya house, he immediately started the journey to South India tour. The South India tour is given very nicely. In the South India tour, he went to so many places in South India, and he first went to Vidyanagar. That is, he went to Kurmakhetra. In Kurmakhetra, he found out the Kurma Purana. After that, he went to Vidyanagar, that is the bank of Godavari, where he met Ramananda Rai, one of the devotee, great devotee. He is the governor that time. There was a beautiful conversation between Rai Ramananda and Chaitanya Mahāprabhu, and there is so many beautiful things to learn, because Chaitanya Mahāprabhu is asking what is the best thing to learn, what is the best thing to be attained, what is the highest thing for the human being. So Rai Ramananda is explaining Varnasrama and so many other Sarvadharmana Parityaga, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected all the things as external. Then finally he come to that Radha Krishna Prema is the highest. So he come into the conclusion of that Radha Krishna, love of Radha Krishna is the highest attainable things in this world. So in this way, then after leaving Rai Ramananda, he is going in so many places in South India tour and delivering everyone. I have a list of all these places given by Bhakti Vinod Thakur and Prabhupada. This is so many places of South India he went. He went to the Kurmakhetra, Rajamandir, that is Vidyanagar, Ahobalam, Tirupati, Tirumala. He went to Chennai, Bengaluru, Kanchipuram, Srirangam, Madurai, Rameshwaram, Kanyakumari, Trivandrum, Udupi, Pandarpur, Mumbai, Nasik. In this way he went so many. Then he returned to the Puri. He returned to the Vidyanagar, then Puri. So many places he went. He met with so many Venkatavars, so many devotees, and so many people delivered them. So much so that whosoever he embraced, he become ecstatic in Krishna Prem. And that person touch somebody, they become. In this way, one after one, like a chain reaction. One village become also, so many villages become like inundated with Krishna, intoxicated, electrocuted by Krishna Prema. So in this way he was going to all the Chaitanya, all the South India tour. After he returned from South India tour, I have also, this is a very good timeline of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu timeline is there here. His birth is like his sannyas he took in 1510 when he was 24 years. And Jagannath Puri he arrived like mid-March, mid-February 1510. South India tour he went 2 years, 1510 to 1512. Because that time there was no transformation, communication facilities. He has to walk alone. And one more important thing happened. He was accompanied not alone. He was accompanied by one of his servants called Kala Krishna Das. This Kala Krishna Das in South India, he was captivated by gypsy. The gypsies are, people, those who are roaming one place to another place, they shift. And he rescued him. So there is a very good lesson. Even after you are with Lord, one may be captivated by Maya. So it is not that I am with Lord, I am in the temple, I am worshipping. No, Maya is everywhere. Whole idea is to get out of Maya, to follow the instruction of the Lord. Not that you are with Lord, that means Maya will not come. So here it happened this past time. After South India tour, he stayed actually 2 years in Jagannath Puri. He met with Ramananda Rai, because Ramananda Rai in South India, after meeting, and he asked Ramananda to return to Jagannath Puri and join with his movement. Then he stayed Jagannath Puri 512 to 1514. In this time he met Raya Ramananda. Then so many other devotees they came and joined. So many other devotees they came. Paramananda Puri and so many Raghunath Das Goswami. So many other people they came and joined. And the first attempt, then he wanted to go to Vrindavan. But every time Vrindavan he wanted to go, it was baffled. Why it is baffled? First time He wanted to, after taking sannyas, he wanted to go to Vrindavan. Nityananda Mahaprabhu tricked it. Then somehow, eventually concluded with Jagannath Puri. He made Jagannath Puri as a headquarter upon the request of his mother. Second time he wanted to go to Vrindavan. Then he went, this Jagadananda, not Jagadananda, Gadadhar Pandit he wanted to accompany. When Gadadhar Pandit accompanied, Lord chastised him. Not chastised, kind of, he told very, no, you should go back. You are a Kshetra sannyas, you have vowed to stay only in Puri. Why you are coming? No, no, no. Gadadhar Pandit replied, wherever you are, my Lord, that place is called pilgrimage. Tirthapada. Lord is called Tirthapada. Wherever Lord is, that is the Tirtha. So wherever you are, that is Jagannath Puri. So I should accompany. But Lord somehow chastised him. Then he was very upset. And but Lord could not go to Vrindavan. He went to Ramkeli. And then in Ramkeli, so many followers, so many devotees came. And he met Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami first time. And Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami asked Lord to that you should not go with so many people. That is danger. Better you return. So he returned. And he came to Gadadhar Pandit. He told, because I upset you, I could not. Please bless me so that I can go again. So again he started to go. After the failed attempt in October, so he mid-October. Another after 1 year, he wanted to go Vrindavan visit. Why there is a 1 year gap? Because every time he is planning to go, now I want to go Vrindavan. The Raya Ramananda and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya will say, no, Prabhu, Mahaprabhu, no, there is a beautiful festival of Jagannath, Ratha Yatra coming. This festival is coming because Jagannath has 13 festivals in 12 months. In Jagannath Puri, Jagannath temple, they conduct 13 festivals in 12 months. So every month there is a festival. So in this way he was been detained because they do not want to separate from the Lord. So that is the only reason they wanted to delay this tour. So finally Lord got the permission and went to Vrindavan visit. That is stated in the last chapter of last few chapters of Madhya Lila. In mid-October 1515, he went to Vrindavan visit for 1 year actually. Not even 1 year, 6-7 months only. And during this visit, he met Rupa Goswami. He first went to Prayag. He met the Rupa Goswami for 10 days. He was teaching him this the basic principle of nectar of devotion, Rasamrita Sindhu, which was later compiled by Rupa Goswami. And also so many Mosul Lila, this Lila, so many doubt has been cleared. Doubt of Rupa Goswami has been cleared. And during that time, Sanatana Goswami still in the jail. Somehow he bribed and came out from the jail. He came to the Varanasi. And he found out that Lord has come from Prayag to Varanasi. So he met Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Varanasi. And for 3 months, Lord has explained him these so many things to Rupa Goswami. This is very nicely explained here. I can give you a brief here. So, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instruct Sanatana Goswami in Science of Absolute Truth in chapter 20, this is the last chapter of Madhya. What is the constitutional position of the living entities, the way of devotional service, the absolute truth, Sri Krishna, Lord analyzed Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan, expansion of Lord Krishna, Soyam Rupa, then other Rupas are there, and many form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then incarnation of the God, Purusha, Manantara, Avasara, Guna Avatara, Saktivesa Avatara, all the things. Division of Krishna, different ages, Balya Lila, Poganda Lila, Koisura Lila, etc. Different pastime of different ages. So many things Lord explained to 1 month, entire 1 month or 3 months, I forgot. So he was explaining that to Sanatana Goswami and sent them, both Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, to Vrindavan and write all these theological things, because in Vrindavan, that time Vrindavan was very much lost. To excavate all this wonderful pastime, transcendental pastime of the Lord, so he sent them back. So Lord also went to Vrindavan. He also, actually he went to Vrindavan first, then came to Prayag, then Varanasi. So when he went to Vrindavan, he excavated Radha Kunda, Syama Kunda, entire pastime has been given, what he did while he was in this Vrindavan Lila. So he met so many people, so many things in Vrindavan. Chaitanya discovered the transcendental lakes known as Radha Kund, Samakund, saw the deity of Haridev at Govardhan village. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had no desire to climb Govardhan hill because hill is worshipped. So the Gopal deity could understand the mind Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, the plea of being attacked by Muslim Gopal transferred himself to village of Ganthuli Grama. Sri Chaitanya then went to Ganthuli Grama to see Lord Gopal. So many beautiful pastime is there. So he went to Pavan Sarapur, he went to so many places, Loho Ban, all the Bandira Ban, 12 forest of the things that he went to Gokul also. There's so many places are there. We have no time, otherwise you can go through the beautiful pastime of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Travel details to Vrindavan. It was stated by Amrita Prabha. Bhakti Vinod Thakur has listed all these pastimes very nicely. So in this way, Madhya Lila, then it comes to the Antya Lila, the last pastime of the Lord. Last pastime of the Lord is all about the meeting with devotee, and the pastime of uh, Antya Lila is all about meeting with different devotees, and also ecstasy, the ecstasy, transcendental ecstasy, exhibition of this transcendental ecstasy of separation from Krishna. The two things happen during the Antya Lila. 12 years Antya Lila, Lord stayed in a very enclosed way, very gambhira. So he met Rupa Goswami second time. Rupa Goswami came Vrindavan to meet the Lord. Then there is chastisement of, in that time he was glorifying the Rupa Goswami, because Rupa Goswami is very beautiful. He was compiling this Lalita Madhava, Vidagdha Madhava. So he was glorifying the scholars and bhakti of Rupa Goswami. And then chastisement of Haridas, junior Haridas Thakur, an associate. He went for alms because he's a sannyas, but he was seeing one woman in very lusty way. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to know, and he did not excuse him, because to establish the sannyasi should be very strict. But it is also in mercy in disguise. Then glories of Sri Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur is staying there. Lord has arranged Haridas Thakur. Behind him, behind the Gambhira, where the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed, there was a garden. In that garden, Haridas Thakur was Siddha Bakul, that is called Siddha Bakul. Haridas Thakur staying and chanting every day chanting 192 round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And he left the body in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself carried his body, transcendental body, and he did all these rituals, customs. Then Sanatana Goswami visit to Lord Jagannath Puri to meet Lord. Sanatana Goswami on the way, he was having some kind of ooze in the body, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is embracing. He was feeling very embarrassment. He wanted to suicide, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that if by suiciding one get Krishna, then I am ready to suicide 1,000 times. So in this way Sanatana Goswami understood. So Sanatana Goswami, he told that this body is mine, so you have to utilize for me. In this way, this pastime, then Pradyumna Mishra received instruction from Ramananda. This is a very good story. Raya Ramananda was teaching all these young ladies about the beautiful Gotipua Natya, this drama. And Pradyumna Mishra wanted to learn from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu about the science of Godhead. He directed that you go and learn science of Godhead from Ramananda Rai. But he saw that Ramananda Rai is bathing them, touching them, dressing them, all these young damsels. He thought that what kind of this Ramananda Rai? Oh, that he is not so exalted. He went back. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he asked Mahaprabhu, why did you send me to this person who is not so elevated? Then Mahaprabhu is making him to realize that even I touch a doll of a woman, I will be get agitated. But Ramananda Rai is so exalted, he is not agitated. Such exalted personality. Then Pradyumna Mishra understood, and he went to Ramananda Rai and learned the science of Godhead, science of Radha Krishna affair. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu meet with Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami came to Raghunath Goswami left the house and met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu here. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very happy and delivered to his secretary Swarup Damodar Goswami to take care of the Raghunath Goswami. So Raghunath Goswami is a very, very exalted one of the 6 Goswami. And the notes of Swarup Damodar is handed over to Raghunath Goswami, and Raghunath Goswami gave to or spoke to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, author, so that the author can write all the things, can know all this pastime. There is a tremendous contribution of Raghunath Das Goswami. The meeting of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with Vallabha Bhatta. Vallabha Bhatta is a very good devotee from Pushti Marga, but he is very puffed up, so Lord was correcting the Vallabha Bhatta that this proudness is an impediment for our bhakti. Then he met Ramachandra Puri came and he was criticizing the Lord of taking so much things. Somehow because of criticizing he fell down and he left the place. Then finally the deliverance of Gopinath Acharya, Gopinath Patnaik is related to Raghunath Das Goswami. He did Raya Ramanand. So he did some misappropriation of money. Lord rescued him. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted prasadam from his devotee. Then Haridas Thakur passing time, loving dealing with the Jagadananda Pandit. This is still the place is there. Jagadananda Pandit is always having a very friendly quarrel with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He will say, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I prepared for this. Why you are taking outside? Here and there devotee, I am waiting for you. In this way, if you don't take, I won't take. I will fast. In this way, there is a loving dealings. Pastime of Jagadananda Pandit, Raghunath Bhatt Goswami also. Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, he told that you remain brahmachari and go to Vrindavan under the care of Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami. So in this way, Lord has so many pastime, and then he is feeling very separation. That is called Gambhira Lila. He was confined with Gambhira 24 hours, always in mad of ecstasy, separation of the Lord. Ainandatanu, what is that? Jugaitam nimishena chakkusa prabhasaitam sunaita jagat sarvam govinda virahaname. I am Govinda virahaname, I cannot stay one moment of the life. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tastes the nectar from the lips of Sri Krishna, Lord Sri Krishna, Karnamrita. He is reading so many things about, so many pastime of the Lord. Not reading, he was being this Raya Ramananda, Swarup Damodar accompanied Gambhira, and they were speaking from, they were telling the pastime of the Lord Krishna, from Krishna Karnamrita, from Chandidas, from Gita Govinda, Jayadev Goswami. In this way, Lord was passing with very ecstatic mood, and his bodily transformations was being exhibited during that time. Then Lord one time in ecstasy, he thought that the sea is the Jamuna. He went to this and jumped, and he was rescued by a fisherman. And finally, the inconceivable behavior of Lord Chaitanya was exhibited. He was beating his head in separation of Krishna on the wall of Gambhira. And in this way, Lord has completed his pastime of 48 years and disappeared. There are so many instances of disappeared. 3 instances, all the three instances are correct. Simultaneously, Lord went to Jagannath Puri and merged with Jagannath Puri. And he went to Tota Gopinath and merged into the uncle of Tota Gopinath. Then he went to Jagannath sea and he merged into the sea, thinking that it's a Jamuna. This is 3 instances of his disappearance. All 3 are actually correct. He did simultaneously, and the devotee saw simultaneously. So final ending is Sikhyastakam. Sikhyastakam is very, very important. The 8 verses. Of course, he has not spoken chronologically. He has spoken throughout these 48 years. He has spoken different places. So in Sikhyastakam is a progressive way by chanting the holy name of the Lord, how one can come to the highest love of Godhead. Because he has come to propagate the highest love of Godhead. But that highest love of Godhead can be achieved by the process of chanting, progressively achieved by the process of chanting the holy name of the Lord. So the progressively chanting. First of all, chanting will eliminate all these dirty things, cleanse all the dirty things, and slowly, slowly the love of Godhead will arise. In this way, progressive way, it will love of Godhead. So Lord has come to distribute that love of Godhead, and that He has established the Sankirtana movement, the congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam eva kevalam kalo naste eva naste vagatinana. And He told only by this chanting this name one can get everything. So before I ending, I will state this beautiful verses Chaitanya Mahāprabhu has spoken, that how Krishna mantra hoibe sansara mochana, Krishna namo hoite pave Krishnera charana. So simply by chanting the holy name of Krishna, one can obtain freedom from material existence. Indeed, Indeed, one can get the lotus feet of the Lord. Indeed, simply by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, one will be able to see the lotus feet of the Lord. So this is the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pastimes, overview of Chaitanya-Caritāmṛtam. It will take so much time, so much 62 chapter is there, 11,000 verses, it cannot be covered in 1 hour. So this is a touch of that, but most important thing, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the most merciful incarnation. It's a prema purusatama. He has delivered everything. Papi tapi jite thala. There is no consideration. Patra vichara nahi, sthana vichara nahi. Jiye jaha paye taha diye prema dhana. Jiye jaha paye. Wherever he saw anybody saw, he simply by embracing also he delivered. That was his mission. He wanted to inundate everyone into Krishna prema. That was his mission, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he is himself, Krishna Vannanti, so Krishna Sangapangastu Prasadam. He is Krishna himself, he is none different from Krishna. He has come, he is in munificent incarnation to deliver. Therefore, today is his appearance day, GAURA PURNIMA. Therefore, we should pray that Chaitanya Lila, there is a very good verse is there. See, we pray, what is that verse? Chaitanya Lila. It is said that the Chaitanya Lila is like an ocean, and if we get drops, we can also deliver. So we should pray that we want that drop of your mercy, so that we can remember you and get out from this inauspicious age and attain the highest love of Godhead. Highest love of Godhead. That is whole idea. Thank you very much. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So with that I would like to stop this one. I would like to stop this here. Thank you very much for attending. May Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bestow his mercy to every one of us, so that we can elevate our Krishna prem by tasting the drop of his mercy. Hare Krishna.